Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. And this is a paid request for Arthur. I do appreciate that. I don't appreciate this movie existing, but I do appreciate that. Thank you. For those who want to send in any other requests, PayPal is usually the best bet. Do have a CashApp, people have asked about that. Do have a Patreon. Links are down below in the info box. Any review, re-review, topic, reaction, commentary, whatever the case may be, I'll get to as soon as I can. For those, thank you. I really do appreciate it. So, thanks, Madea. You killed my heat. The heat was going on. Now you killed it. You're so awful. You're so shitty. You killed my heat. Now I ain't blowing anymore. But this can blow me. Blow it out of your ass, Madea, you fat fuck. I hate Tyler Perry movies. Yes, I'm one of the few jamokes that for some reason didn't mind the movie Alex Cross. Even though, yes, there's bad, shaky action. Yes, Idris Elba would have worked better for Alex Cross, and why Tyler Perry? I didn't mind the film for some reason. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind Alex Cross. I guess for me, Tyler Perry, because I did that, you decided to make me suffer. Not Arthur, he's being nice. Tyler Perry, you're fucking with me with these shitty movies. You mess with me because you got into a Ninja Turtle movie for some reason. You're sorry ass. And you're rich by doing stupid crap like this that apparently a good chunk of people like for some reason. You like shitty movies? You like terrible acting? You like bad scripts that has a dozen things going on at the same time? The fact that Larry, the fucking table guy, is the best part of your movie says a lot. Repeat, a lot. A lot. T for titty, a lot. Yes, Larry, Gary, Fairy, Larry, the table guy. Which most times I want a cable car to ram into him. Larry the Cable Guy is the best part of your movie. You don't like that type of comedy? I'm more a Ron White guy. Ron White I find very funny. The others, Bill Engvall I could take. Jeff Foxworthy, you want to know what a redneck is? I don't give a shit. You might be a redneck. Yeah, you might be dead. Get fucking away from me. Larry Cable Guy, most time, he makes my ass and my ears hurt. Because my ears tip my ass and then go back and they're hurt. But I don't know why Madea became so successful. The plays, then the movies, and so many movies they got. Why? What makes this funny? What makes this entertaining? Why? Only God knows why, apparently. Maybe I should ask Kid Rock. I'm surprised he's not in one of these movies. So, of the dozen plots, you have Madea trying to get a job at a store, then getting fired. Him, her, and one of her niece's daughter, what the fuck, Eileen, go to Eileen's daughter's place for Christmas, but Eileen has a boyfriend named Connor, and she hasn't told her family because he's a white guy, and the mom don't like her being with a white guy. But then the daughter character is also a teacher who's trying to help this kid who's just a little farm boy and has to hide his smarts. But then there's this Christmas Jubilee that needs to get, we need to have it. We need the money for the Christmas Jubilee. But then Eileen's daughter has an ex-boyfriend who's going to maybe give her the money. And they don't look at the fine print as to, like, you don't think there's a catch to this? Well, he said, well, I don't care what he says. He just said anything and have Fort Knox behind him. You read the fine print of anything. But then all the in-laws are coming for Connor, and then they gotta hide the stuff. As if you're the birdcage. But then there's also this other guy played by, what was it, Chad Michael Murray? Who you don't like if he plants the corn, and if you plant the corn, it's bullshit, because only I could plant the corn. There's so much stuff to deviate like a septum tank out of my brain. Thankfully, my ass is tight. It's not leaking out to ruin this chair. Although if you watch this movie, maybe you would shit yourself in disbelief and ruin your chairs. So, yes, I am looking down because I wrote shit down, because this way I don't leave and walk around and ponder my existence on Earth as to why the fuck these movies get made and how they get popular. Made money. Dread can't make money. There's a bunch of movies I can name that didn't make money, but these did. You calm down and don't have a heart attack. Come on, it's December. It's almost Christmas. Let's not have a heart attack today. Woosah. So, Tyler Perry as Madea. She's getting a job at a store. And she talks about how, talking with her, I forget, her niece, her daughter, whatever, Eileen, about, oh, I don't get no rain, I did a drizzle. Them quarters hurt. I guess at one point she was a stripper or something. But while I worked at the store, Eileen explains you don't work with women apparel. And this is the comedy, folks. This type of comedy that's cutting edge for Tyler Perry. She says women apparel. So Madea thought she said, women a pair? You got produce? Where are the pears? Does women apparel? Pears, he did for pears. And then, why are we supposed to like Madea? Why are we supposed to like this character, who's a feature? Her name is in the title. What are we supposed to think about this character? Are we supposed to hate her? Okay, you did your job, but I don't know why that would be your job, is to make a hateful, spiteful, rude character who has little to no redeeming factors. Wait, we're supposed to like her? She's supposed to be doing her job, and a woman who's not rude, who nicely goes, oh, I'm looking for lingerie. So what does our lead character do? Well, you need to go to Target. You need to go to Target, get some big britches. You ain't good for lingerie. No, girlfriend, you're not good for lingerie. You need to go to Target, get some big britches for you. I got something big for you. Put in your mouth. So you just shut up. Would you like to see it? Would you like to know more? And she treats another customer like crap because she's asking a question about watches. And Medea's like, I go, just throws the stuff at her. I gotta go on my break. Hey, ma'am. Oh, you rude. Yeah, I know you being rude. Don't you talk to me. You being rude. I'm like, I'm gonna be rude with my fist in your face. I hate Madea. She's a horrible, terrible, hateful, awful character. She's not a good... I mean, she's not supposed to be a role model, I would assume. She's not funny. Which is weird, because later on, she's made to be in a class because Eileen, her daughter, is a teacher. And Madea goes with that girl to school, and then she has to deal with the class for a bit. Medea's giving a lecture about not being rude and being kind to people. Apparently that's something you don't fucking follow your own advice, you bitch. I mean, the whole thing about a guy playing as a woman, I don't usually find funny to begin with. With rare exceptions, Mrs. Doubtfire being one of them. And no, Cat Williams is not just a black guy is made to wear a dress. Tyler Perry wrote this shit for one. Mr. Cat Williams. Also, and this is, I don't know if, well, people may remember that whole interview Cat Williams did, where he was right about three things, but those are the only three things he was right about, because I don't think he read 10,000 books in 2 years or whatever. I don't think Harvey Weinstein went to him and said, please, Mr. Cat Williams, may I suck your dick, Mr. Cat Williams? No, I don't think No, I'm sorry, Mr. Cat Williams. Harvey Weinstein, almost said Harvey Keitel. Harvey Weinstein did a lot of bad things. He did a lot of bad things. But I do not believe he went up to you and said, hey, I know you got your entourage here, but please, Mr. Cat, may I suck your dick? Which is what Cat said. And also this whole, Hollywood always made black people wear dresses. I'm like, you do know that there's a long history of comedy where people wore dresses, because that was one of the, oh, this must be funny, tropes of comedy. I could show you countless stuff back to the day, whether it be Jack Lemmon, whether it be the Three Stooges, whether it be other comedy actors, Robin Williams in films like Mrs. Doubtfire, Saturday Night Live, remember Adam Sandler and David Spade and Chris Farley all wore women's clothes. Get off me, I'm starving. Constant people. Sorority boys. I know Jerry O'Connell has done that in movies. Plenty. Arnold and Jr. Women's clothes, pretend to be a woman because he's pregnant. That's one step further. It's not just wearing women's clothes, it's being pregnant. Junior. You get that memo, Cat Williams? You can't blame Hollywood on this. Tyler Perry wrote this shit himself. Blame Tyler Perry. And blame him for making us tortured by having this crap exist. So because of rude behavior, Madea gets fired. Meanwhile, at Eileen's daughter's place, her town, which it's a school, but apparently it's also where the mayor will do stuff and everybody does stuff in this like one bit. It's a school, but it looks like someone's house. They probably shot it in Tyler Perry's house anyway, because he lives in a mansion. He just used that as the studio. We need the big jubilee. And then you have the, I don't just call him Mr. Villain, because that's all he is, a one-note villain for most of it. Hey, you know, we need money for Jubilee, take her out of school. How about we don't have a fucking Jubilee to begin with? Because, you know, that's what's more important, having a party or our kids needing taught shit. Yeah, let's go have a big party celebration instead. Well, we need our Jubilee because our farms have been screwing up and there was this dam that was built. I'm did goddamn what built? Unless my fist is built into your face. And it's either, again, that kid's farm boy son, he goes into class, and you have like girls going, yeah, he always dirty. He just a farm boy. I mean, this town looks like one big farm. What are you talking about? I would assume in a place like this, there's going to be a shitload of kids on farms. I mean, and also the acting from the kids suck. He always dirty. He just a farm boy. Where the hell did you act from? You act as shitty as I did when I tried to do a play once a long time ago. You act as shitty as I did. But he's also a smart kid, but he doesn't want to answer in class. I guess because his dad, he feels he needs to hide his smartness. His mom is played by Alicia Witt, who is an urban legend, the star of that film. The gifted boy has the hardest gift because his dad just won't understand. And then at the end, Eileen's daughter, which I forgot her damn name, she is... That daughter character is with a white boy named Connor, and not McGregor, where the Mr. Villain comes up and goes, I hear you plant corn. I plant corn. I'm like, you all can plant corn. Trust me, I was born in Iowa. There wasn't just one fucking person in the entire area that planted corn. In fact, it benefits because if it looks like you got more corn in the whole area, then people go, oh, there's a shitload of corn here. Let's buy over here. And since this is the same area, oh, this only has one tiny bit of corn? Do I want to go over there? Or I'll go over here and buy all this corn. And then also when you sell corn, people will buy the corn. They buy a shitload of corn, especially stores. Okay? Multiple people can make corn and sell corn and plant corn. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't think Tyler Perry's ever been to a farm. He don't know jack shit about the farm style. So don't write about it. You dumbass. Oh yeah, Madea, when she gets fired, she's like, you don't pay me? It's like, no, which is never the deal. Even if you work one day, you don't get paid that day in cash. Anybody with a brain knows that, but she doesn't. So she steals the money from the register, steals a dress and another thing, has a tantrum. What y'all gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about it? This is where the cops come in and you go to jail. Because not only did you steal money from the register, you're also making a scene, disturbance of the peace, and you're stealing shit, including dresses. And all Eileen goes, oh, you know, it's just her, she's sorry. And she gets away with stealing shit? No cops involved? She stole shit. Fuck Madea ass. So Madea and Eileen, which apparently Madea won't be arrested for some reason. They're going to go to Alabama to see Eileen's daughter. They have this bit where they run into the Ku Klux Klan. Because we're in the South, remember? And literally she pops her head in, sees they're doing a meeting, runs off, never heard from again. You want to see a movie that actually uses a Klan bit as a very funny joke? Go watch Bustin' Loose with Richard Pryor. Much better movie. Much funnier movie. Much more hilarious movie. Bustin' Loose with Richard Pryor. And that utilized the Klan in a very funny way. Where he's talking, she don't talk bad to me, I'll do this to her. And as he's walking, the Klan just appear behind him. They're just walking with them. He talking, okay, he just walked along with them. And then the Klan just helped the bus and they change the tire and they go along. It's like, you guys keep cool, just keep cool. Much better than I'm explaining. That is an actual funny movie. Comedy that works. Unlike this bullshit. You know, my friend Michael has a Patreon. I think one day I'm going to make him suffer through one of these. One day I'm going to do it. I'm going to make him watch a Madea movie, see what he thinks. Maybe this one. Jesus. If I ever do it, Michael, and then you see this video, you'll know this is the point of no return where your fate is doomed. But my friend Michael Keane, the choice voice. See what he thinks about this bullshit. And then they have like the worst editing I've seen in a while. Where Eileen and Madea pull into the drive-thru, right? And it's daytime. Or getting close to night. Maybe that dawn kind of vibe. Then it cuts to, we're outside the daughter's place. Madea and Eileen are not there. It's nighttime. Connor runs out with, looks like Larry the Cable Guy. Go into your truck. Connor drives off. Then cuts back to our regularly scheduled program. And I'm like, what the fuck was that about? That scene pops up like 30, 40, however many minutes left. It pops up in the third act of the movie. So I guess it was a clue for the audience flash forward of what's going to happen next. Why? I have no idea. You're just confused. What's going on? How come it's nighttime? Now we're back to day to dawn time. Or dusk. Maybe it's more like dusk. Or would it be dawn? Yeah, I would say more dusk. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why do that? That is such terrible, awful editing. And isn't that the only time he does it? This is literally a bit later on where the Mr. Villain is told by someone that, hey, you know, how was it referenced? Oh, the money that was given to the school. Apparently those people, they can't say Jesus and stuff. And you know who was involved with that? That teacher who's with Connor. And like Mr. Villain's talking with his buddy. Like during the day, then it cuts to... Oh yeah, that's... I'll get to that later. Because I'm confused with myself now. So then Madea and Eileen get there at obviously more dusk. Then, again, that random moment that you're confused by, even when I see it like 30, 40 minutes later pop back up again, I'm like, why was it put here? It's like a mistake. It's like they literally had the scene, they put it here by mistake. It feels like a mistake. Or just awful, awful direction. So Madea and Eileen talk to Eileen's daughter. She says that this guy Connor is the help, even though they're really married. Next day, Eileen's daughter's going to school. Madea wants to join. She's like, hey, why don't you watch the kids? She talks about, oh, don't make fun of this farm boy, and about, you know, don't be rude. I'm like, practice what the fuck do you preach? Because you're rude to a bunch of innocent people at the beginning of the film. So you're complete hypocrite. The little girl does some stupid stuff. By the time the teacher and other stuff get back, oh, there's a big cross. Because you see that a lot in schools. A giant fucking cross. And the little girl's tied to the cross like a crucifix. Imagine anything of that happening today. Where you go in and a girl is tied to a cross. Jail. Hey, Madea. I know you did a movie called Madea Goes to Jail. Here you go to prison. Called Oz. And I don't see how much of a man you truly are, Madea. So Connor's parents come by, Larry, the cable guy, and Kathy Najimy, which she was in Sister Act. She was one of the three witches in Hocus Pocus. And they're the best parts of the movie. Like Larry the cable guy actually got a few laughs out of me. Like when he's talking to his son and Eileen's daughter, it's like, hey, you look at a woman's heart. I told you that. You know why I told you that? Because that's where the rat's at. Look at that woman's heart. Because that's where the rat's at. Like, the way he said that, I thought, oh, that was actually kind of funny. And him and Kathy are actually kind of endearing with each other. They have a bit of chemistry with each other. And they tried. They tried. That's probably the most praise you'll hear out of me with Larry the Cable Guy. Yes, he was the best part of this movie. Him and Kathy. So Eileen is a racist who doesn't trust white people. We found out later why. So she's barricading her door. But then it'll cut to Mr. Villain and his buddy talking about the mad about the sponsorship that was given to the school by Eileen's daughter's ex-boyfriend. So when Eileen is barring the door, it's nighttime. Then when they cut to Mr. Villain and the guy arguing about the sponsorship, it's daytime. Then we go back to Eileen finishing barring up the door, and it's nighttime again. And that scene where the guy talking to his buddy about the sponsorship and these two rednecks arguing about it, that happens later. So that's the second time where they put in a scene that we are going to see later, but for some reason the director figured, I need to show this before, even though it's nighttime, but I'm going to show this daytime scene randomly in nighttime. I don't know. I don't know why. I really don't fucking know. It's one of the worst pieces of direction I have, or editing I should say, I've seen in a long while. It makes zero sense as to why you would do that. So a bunch of BS happens. The group at the Jubilee are pissed because they got $100,000 for the school and stuff, but apparently with this Jubilee, there can't be a reference to Jesus, and there can't be a reference to the manger and all that stuff. And I'm sitting there going, it's $100,000. Who cares? At the end of the day, who cares? It's $100,000. Just take the money and run. Like, have Jesus and all that. I mean, number one, isn't that usually, well, I mean, they already have crosses in the schools. I mean, you got enough Jesus in this. Like, who cares? It's $100,000. Just do it. It's a no-brainer. But where they're being stupid. And also the mayor signed, they all signed off on it without reading the fine print. So even though you all agreed, even though you all signed off on it, even though you were all happy to get this $100,000, you're mad at the teacher? Why didn't you all fucking read it as well? You all signed it, but you're mad at her. So then you fire her over this? You know what would happen in reality, Tyler Perry? Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, right now, you get $100,000. Hell, do it another night. Or have a second, create a new party. Or, okay, fine. Here, we won't have the Jesus stuff, but add something else. Add another event. You do the Jubilee thing, everything's fine with the reporters, but then we'll have all your mangers and Jesus stuff here, have a party here. That's not in the contract. Like, there's so many easy things you could do with, get out of this or deal with this, and no, they decided to fire the teacher. And then Eileen is being a total bitch, completely trapping on Connor and Larry the Cable Guy and Kathy the Genie, and cuts down trees that she wasn't supposed to cut down, which is not even your property. Why are you cutting random trees down? It's not your property. And then, hey, what's wrong with cutting trees? It's my daughter's place. That you didn't say your daughter didn't say you could do that either. You dumb hoe. Just being a total racist bitch. And then the daughter all of a sudden says, "I know, Mama. I know my dad was murdered by a white man." And it's like, what? But apparently, Madea hears this and goes, "What? No, he wasn't. He left your mama for a white girl." "Oh, but we can't upset her because she had a heart attack." "When?" "Oh, but this is that." She didn't have a heart attack, she had gas. So confronted with this, Eileen says, "I will not step," because she's also told that her daughter and this guy are married. Which, I mean, she had a job, a career, very, old enough, has a place, didn't have to, she didn't have to pay for anything. Eileen gets pissed and says, "I will not step into that house of lies," and tries to leave. House of lies. You lied to your daughter saying that her dad was murdered, and you lied about having a heart attack. You lied to her saying, "Oh, your dad's really dead." So now her dad is alive, and Eileen's daughter doesn't even think, "Wait a minute, my dad's alive? My dad's actually alive right now?" Of course, with who Eileen is, no wonder he left you bitch. If I was married to Eileen, I would leave the bitch too. So would you. Because of her race? No, I'd marry Halle Berry instead. Because Halle Berry's great. This is just... I'm obviously a lying, racist bitch. She's the racist. You don't leave because you don't want to be in a house of lies when you had the biggest lies. I think lying to your daughter for years and years and years that her dad was murdered, and then lying that you had a heart attack, I think those are worse lies, or worse offenses than, "Oh, yeah, we got married. No wonder they didn't want to tell you, because you would be a fucking idiot." So Eileen leaves, and while that's happening, the Mr. Villain, I guess, is driving off, and his son confronts him going, "Why did you get my teacher fired? She was nice to me." And he's like, "Don't you talk back to me." I was ready for Alicia Witt to beat the hell out of him and slap him across the side of the head. Honestly, I was waiting for him to beat the hell out of her and her kids, because there was a Tyler Perry movie. Things just come out of the blue anyway. If that had happened where the guy beat his wife and kid, I would not be surprised with Tyler Perry films and how fucking crazy they are. But that doesn't happen. He leaves in his car. So while Eileen's going, there's a car flip. Looks into it. There's Mr. Villain, pulls him out, and now he's Mr. Nice Guy. Because she pulled him out of a car and it's on fire and saved his life. So one thing leads to another. They do the Jubilee, the party, and really the teacher, all she does is get to the cameras and says, "That's why these guys are so nice. They don't give this school $100,000 each year for, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Isn't that right?" And then apparently everything's solved because of that. Now, I know there's plenty of movies that did that trope of... I mean, even Tommy Boy did that. But Tommy Boy you could buy because... he gets the guy to agree on camera. And gets him to sign it right there too. Because you see him signing going, doesn't matter, I'm going to own this anyway in a few minutes. So he actually gets the guy to sign a piece of paper. Even that Tommy Boy did that better. Here, there's no paper signed that they have to do this. You know what they could do? I don't know. That lady was drunk. I don't know what she was talking about. She had too much of the bubbly, I guess. Oh, you know what? Maybe a bit too much of the eggnog. Yeah, she had a bit too much of the eggnog. A little bit extra, J&D in the eggnog. I don't know. She was talking crazy stuff. While we do like to help you, we do want other organizations to have help. We did give them 100,000, but we have plenty of other places we need. In fact, we don't give money to blah blah blah, and then they don't have to. They just say it, or we'll tell you another date until they forget. So it doesn't solve anything. Just nothing's written down on paper. So, but apparently, in the magic of Tyler Perry world, it is. So she gets her job back. Eileen is no longer a racist, I guess. The Mr. Villain is now Mr. Nice Guy. And Medea's still a bitch. God, these Madea movies, man, they are such a pain in the ass. They're horribly written. They're terribly acted. At least by, especially those kid actors. And again, when Larry the Cable Guy is one of the best parts of your film, that says a lot. Horrendous editing. They do a lot of wipes, old Christmas wipes, cheap programming for transitions. Terrible humor. Tyler Perry is a bad director and a terrible writer, and there's some bad editing in this. Ugh. Holy shit. My God, man. I'm laughing because I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my friend Fabio watch this shit. I swear to God, I'm going to make my friend Fabio watch this shit. So if he sees this, be warned, sometime this month or for Christmas. That'll be my Christmas present to Fabio. I'm going to make him watch this shit. Don't worry, I'll make it up later with some video game 1 hour requests. But he don't experience some Tyler Perry goodness. That's the only joke I have in my face. Calm down. That's the only joke I can get out of this. Otherwise, it'd be tears running down my face. I hate Tyler Perry movies. I hate Madea movies, man. I really do. They make me crazy. They make me insane. This guy doesn't know how human beings work. He doesn't know how human beings work. We'll see you guys later. Ciao.